The only other thing I'd love to hear from when I watch Jeff as doing his M&A, and I watch Michael. It seems like with Atlassian they do what Michael thinks works. So Loom, Trello, these made a lot of sense, but maybe they weren't impactful to Atlassian at the other end. Jeff, when I watched him, I'm like, this guy isn't wasting time. He's like, I'm going to buy SendGrid. I'm going to buy, Marketing One. Sorry, what's that?
Segment.
Segment. I'm going to buy ZipWhip. Like, this was a man on a mission. He wasn't going to wait for these new things. This is my view as an outsider. He wasn't going to wait for little things to germinate 8 years later. He was going to put points on. I loved your M&A strategy, even if it had risks, right? Because you weren't waiting, were you?
No, I mean, here's the thing. We were never under the misconception that like SMS would be the most dominant way of communicating 25 years from now. Right. We knew that at some point SMS, it was already legacy tech when we started the company, but we breathed new life into it. But like at some point that will no longer be so we have to parlay our success in that world, in the amazing customer base, the amazing revenue base we have, and parlay it into the next era. And so the question is, we don't know how long that time frame is, so we better get busy doing it, is basically was our philosophy. And obviously the messaging business is a great business for us, but it was always seen as a bridge to an even bigger play that at some point in the hopefully distant future, we'll be glad we did. And, I always likened it to, Intel going from memory to CPUs, or one of those, like, in the fullness of time will be seen as people say, oh, remember Twilio started doing SMS messages, and you'd ask grandpa, what's an SMS message? Well, let me tell you. And so that's how we kind of thought about it, and that kind of urgency. And the thing I would say though about any company in SaaS today, and Atlassian is a prime example of this, is they are primed for disruption right now, because AI is going to decimate their seat base for their products. It'll decimate the roles people are playing. AI will do the jobs that people are sitting there in Atlassian products doing today. And so the question is, what are they doing? And now I look at the browser company, I'm like, I'm not sure that's the answer to what's going to potentially replace a whole lot of revenue if AI is taking over these jobs that humans are doing in Atlassian products today. I think I would skate directly there and say, great, what is the job that humans are doing in Atlassian products? And here's the AI version of that today is what I would be doing, I think.
It won't be the soundbite of the show, because I know Harry, but that should be. You're exactly right, Jeff. I think there's a super insightful set of comments from you to Jason and Jeff. Yeah, you were able, Twilio, to some extent you were like, this is a good business, but we have to add on top of it. It's a lot tougher now when you're like, my existing business could go away, I better do something, right? And, you got to call those shots. And maybe this, I hear you, this shot didn't resonate, but it's like, you're probably sitting there as a SaaS CEO, as a company saying, you don't have the option of just letting the existing thing compound, because it's not going to asymptote out in cash flow. It could start declining. And that's why, again, to Jason's point, I love the description. You do get trigger happy. It might, to some extent what you're really saying is, this mightn't be the best deal ever, but it's the best deal of the 3 deals on my plate right now, and I need to do something because I feel the imperative to act, right? It's probably a very honest, in aggregate reflection of the dynamic right now, if you're a CEO, and frankly also if you're an investor. If you're not in, you can't win, but oh my God, it's hard to know.
Well, you can't buy Sierra.
Yeah, you can't buy the things that are great. I mean, there's no
buy Sierra.
Yeah.
It's a tough